How to Write a Happy Song by Happy. I wrote this book to organize my own wild array of thoughts. I put it all together so you could too. Most of the time, the hardest part is just getting started. I wrote the song starters almost once a day over the course of 2 years. I just wanted to share my artistic views with humanity. I dream of raising the social climate. It took me starting over and over again to really get it this simple. There are times I hated what I was going through, but now I wouldn't change it if I could. This is a word. This is a word. Start. Start means to set a goal. Finish means to accomplish your goal. A goal is something you want but don't have yet. A fact is something you know. A friend is someone you want to know more about. An enemy is someone you used to know. Your identity is who you are. Your shadow is your opposite. A spectrum is anything with different types of pieces. This is the order in which you read my spectrum. Song structure. Hook, verse 1, hook, verse 2, bridge, hook. A completed happy song chart. Being a blessing, helping others, over the hurdle, selflessness, divinity, helping yourself, need of prayer, guardian angel, devil, devil's advocate. Hook, I am a blessing, you are a lesson, no more forgetting, I'm doing me, I'm living free, give happily. Verse 1, part 1. Save a tenth for the homeless, out of my emotions, painting true reality, sparing no commotion, help the less fortunate, claim what they deserve, faith on reserves, blessing for dessert. Verse 1, part 2. Prop a hand under a foot, pop 'em over a wall, leap the hurdle yourself, get back up if you fall. Don't take it so personally, it happens to us all, so next time you see a friend in need, don't decline that call. Verse 1, part 3. The world needs more selflessness, an easy job opening, walk about your helplessness, master what you're coping with, healing others through your own pain, will prepare you for the rain, keep limping on your cane. Verse 1, part 4. Divine invitation, it's all your business. Analytical fitness, get this witness. Diamonds on your crown as in heaven on earth. Never look down, know the clouds see your worth. Verse 2, part 1. Get up on your feet, pull yourself by the bootstraps. Never curse your blessings, count them up and do the math. Read it in the scripture. We were born in sin. Climb your way out into the image of Him. Verse 2, part 2. Standing in the need of prayer, thinking that you got in there, infant in iniquity, trying not to care. It's showing all over your face. Nobody says it out loud. Half of them love you, the other half hate, but Jesus is among the crowd. Verse 2, part 3. Summon your guardian angel. He may just give you wings. Everything has a purpose wider than Saturn's rings. Go save another man's soul. The journey will make you whole. What goes in must come out. Use the power to melt the cold. Verse 2, part 1. The devil is under your feet, so dance the night away. Satan stalks your nightmares, so keep your dreams and pray. Say grace before you nap. Say thank you when you clap. Be grateful when you eat, and think back to when you lack. Bridge. Sometimes it's okay to put your feelings on display. Honesty is key when it comes to finding May. Another happy song breakdown. Finally famous. Apathy. Hook. I dream of being finally famous. No choice but to be finally famous. Instantaneously finally famous. Simultaneously finally famous. Repetition. Intentionally using an idea twice to emphasize its importance. $10 word. A single word with 4 or more syllables. Verse 1, part 1. I don't give 2 cares. Sit back and watch me prove it. Keep it simple, stupid. My dilated pupil. Vision blurred cause I'm taking in all the light. Heart burned cause these chickens know I'm taking flight. Couplet. A pair of lines that rhyme. A line. A rhythmic phrase. Rhythm. How your words fit into the song. Pun. A phrase being used with multiple meanings. Verse 1, part 2. You're shamelessly aimless. I'm shooting for Pluto. But hey, do you know? Who cares about your kudos? How can I be mad knowing you don't understand the Father's master's plan? Cover up, here I am. Punchline. A funny pun. Flow. Starting a new line on the last line subject. A 16. A phrase of 16 lines or 8 couplets. Verse 1, part 3. I'm still getting over it. You should too. Got way too much to do to waste my energy on you. I'm in therapy, trying to get your name out my brain. Psychoanalyzing got me feeling insane. Inner line rhyming. Rhyming words within a couplet as well as at the end. Monologue. Talking to yourself. Audience. Who your song is written to. Verse 1, part 4. But a pose for the camera said, click, click. I'm a bad member, jammer make you sick. Trying to catch me slipping, but I slide on purpose. Aware of your angle, surveillance is worthless. Homophone. 2 words that sound the same but are spelled differently. Vulnerability. Sharing your own secrets to better connect with your audience. Illusion. Referencing an older, more popular work. Challenge number 1. Write your own second verse using the chart on page 26. Remember to use the following: repetition, $10 word, couplet, line, rhythm, pun, punchline, flow, a 16, inner line rhyming, monologue, audience, homophone, vulnerability, and illusion. Challenge number 2. Write an entire song using the following stencil: eye opener, straightened out, relieved, in the process, fighting yourself, tangled up, stuck and confused, second guessing, denial, 100% sure. Challenge number 3. Make your own stencil and write a whole song. Time yourself. Challenge number 4. Identify all of the word tricks used in this verse. In Time by Happy. Hook. I'm in love with your mind. I know you'll love me in time. Can't wait till you see me the way that I see you. Can't wait till the day that you're mine. Verse 1. She sits on a room on the floor, waiting to feel something more, afraid to shut her own door, that she may miss her love galore. I am so proud of you, 1 in a million, bearing God's children out of the wilderness, locusts and honey, to boar's head and money, frankincense and myrrh, roasted Easter bunny. You were afraid of your nightmares. You lost your prayer to the sea. Night terror's not on your pillow, but you were never scared of me. You and I and you, we're two of a kind. You're the laces to my shoes, and I'm the rhythm to your blues. Challenge number 5. Go online and find an instrumental that fits this song. Practice singing or rapping these lyrics. In Time by Happy. Verse 2. Baby, tune out the distractions. They don't want to see magic happen. Just keep on practicing happily. Fantastic memories show while you're rapping. Look over your shoulder, you're more than halfway. You never thought you would make it today. Baby, press on one more step. One giant leap of the right. You're irreplaceable, even though many will try. You got a space at God's table, so chew that American pie. Bridge. I can't wait to see all our babies grow up to be just like us. Evolution kicks in and everyone wins. Ashes to dust. Challenge number 6. Go online and find an instrumental that fits your own song. Practice singing or rapping your lyrics. Simple starters. No thought is random. Thoughts are fruits from trees that have roots. Nothing and everything are one and the same. Be aware, but not afraid. Think your true thoughts without fear of insanity. Never fear your own power, love, or sound mind. Once you've conquered fear, you've conquered hatred. Always remember you are, but not the only, smartest person in the room. Every person alive has a unique point of genius. Every man is an artist of his own medium. We're all just roommates sharing our huge home. You're just a version of me that ended up in your situation. I can't love myself without loving you because you are myself. And people can't see you past their own reflections. So take nothing they say personally. I can only see as much in you as I can see in myself. If you're quiet long enough, you can hear the people around you narrating your thoughts. I would go to hell just to fight your demons. I don't hear your doubts over the roar of my dreams. I never get offended, but I do take notes on your character. Notice the effect each acquaintance has on you. Suppressing your anger from a person who is hurting you is saving it for a person who's not, like yourself. I don't mind being seen as your bad guy if it makes you realize one exists. The way you speak to me is the way you speak to yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Don't ruin a good gift with selfish intentions. You don't have to trick someone into liking you. You don't have to manipulate someone who will give you the world anyway. When someone tells you not to overthink, consider how they may benefit from you not paying attention. Everything I don't like about you reflects what I don't like about myself. I'd rather spend my energy uplifting you than putting you down. I am the child of who I was and who I will be. I am the someone of my own dreams. I'm dreaming of someone with whom I can love, communicate, and build without restriction. To love without restriction is to share joy void of pain. To communicate without restriction is to share frequency void of interference. To build without restriction is to share creation void of destruction. Pain is an alarm set to recognize destructive interference. Frustration is your body's way of telling you it's time to get organized. Frustration is a choice. Do what you thought you wouldn't to achieve what you thought you couldn't. My nightmares make my fantasies possible. Do the thing anyway. I will never accept that's just the way it is. I'm working towards never having to work again. Given time, the solution always finds itself. There are always answers everywhere around you. You just need their questions to view them. Once you send up the question, the answer will fall on your head. There's always another why to be asked. Questions are the enemy of insecure reasoning. When your thoughts haven't led you to a solution yet, that's under, not overthinking. Your problem will always have a problem with your solution. Quit consulting the source of your problems for advice. It's time to think bigger when the solution to your problem is also the cause of your problem. Quit consulting the source of your problems for advice. The hardest part of growing up is being in love with the problem. If you know you shouldn't do it but can't stop, do it so hard you can't continue. Impossible is often confused with unusually difficult but doable. When you're focused on the big picture, the details can get fuzzy. Learn to manage your responsibilities before chasing dreams, because once you catch them, keeping them will be your new duty. Balance your dreams and responsibilities so well that your dreams become your only responsibility. Consider this moment from the future you who has already achieved your goals. Every action of my future ripples into my present and past. Too late for today is early for tomorrow. I expect the first time to be all wrong, the second to be half right, and the third to be perfect. A great plan turns unwise once you believe it's the only way. If you want it only because you can't have it, when you get it, you won't appreciate it. Take a moment to focus on what's distracting you and how to use it to help you accomplish your goal. Your successes and failures directly reflect your priorities. Do you want it as much as you want to want it? The source of your motivation will determine your next step. Remember how you got here to decide where to go next. Figure out what inspires you, then surround yourself with it. You can only know you're finished when you're right back to where you started without any of the problems you had the first time. Being meticulous takes much less sacrifice than going back to fix mistakes. Take your time to waste no time. Take it slow when you know you don't know how to stop. It's never not the time to move forward. Treat your name as a business and your character your main product. I can't is a lie 100% of the time and is not an adequate substitute for I haven't yet or I just don't want to. If you make yourself your target audience, you'll never become uninspired. Only speak of the problem when performing the solution. Don't tell me, write a song about it. If you take your success cake out of the oven too early, it'll fall through in the center. If you got everything you ever wanted today, would you be ready to sustain it? I refuse to stop until I'm finished. Truth is truth, no matter who brings it to light nor their motives. What works for you isn't always what works for me. Anger is the direct result of misunderstanding. First there's tension, then you fly like an arrow. The more you understand the words you speak, the more you understand why things happen around you. It's almost impossible to appease someone who half their beliefs disagree with the other half. Just because you're only given two options doesn't mean either one is right. Opportunities live right outside the comfort zone. Setting clear goals and precise plans melt away my anxiety every time. Right now is not the time for everything. Right now is the time for what's already happening. Relax and appreciate it. Helpful intentions don't always produce helpful results. People watch yourself. It'll be the best show you've ever seen. Be mindful of when someone has responded to what they expected you to say instead of what you actually said. People give advice based off their own strengths and weaknesses. Your natural tendencies are like draft winds. Flying against their will costs more than going with the flow to your chosen destination. Don't forget how to remember which step of the plan you're currently on. If you could hear the thoughts of someone else, would you be able to tell them from your own? The way people act toward you is often a reflection of how you make them feel. You affect your environment equally as much as it affects you. When you write your ideas down, you get to watch them grow into life. Do what's best by your own standards while improving your standards by your own standards. Take the time to build a foundation strong enough to support the weight of your dreams. When you set your standards higher than required, even on your worst day, you're good. You can learn a lot about yourself by listening a little to anyone. Monsters need the most love. People use your energy cues to choose how they'll respond to you. Physical distance will not keep you from connecting to someone on your frequency. When you can't have what you want right now, ease your mind by preparing yourself for when you get it. Take a step back and remember when you asked for this moment. If you had everything you ever wanted, would you recognize it? Don't be afraid of an ugly, rough draft. Do what you need to do what you want. Anxiety is caused by not knowing if you'll be okay tomorrow. If all they want is something to talk about, give them your success to chew on. It's much harder to be disappointed when you see it for what it is rather than for what you wanted it to be. Balance expectation with hope. I don't avoid, I prepare. Some people want to be nice but don't know how. Show them how it's done. Help people speak to themselves more nicely. If you must dull your quality to feel a connection, don't forget how to sharpen back up again. Remember who you really are when people call you what they expect you to be. I aim to play so well, you see my whole hand and I still win. Total honesty is the best disguise in a trustless environment. The way they speak of people like you is the way they speak of you when you aren't around.